When you die, your skeleton begins to hatch.
How do you break my brain so easily?
In an alien language, waving could mean anything.
Please stop.
What if planet Earth is like a Noah's Ark and we can't find anyone in the galaxy because they've been dead for years? You know the insects that only live for like a couple of days? Do they think night and day are like seasons?
Why tell me this?
I wonder what our noses smell like.
Leave.
We named every moon in the solar system except for our own.
Maybe if I just pretend you're not here.
I bet in the next generation there will be a bunch of gamer dads who are telling their kids that they could have gone pro.
What?
When you say apart, your lips touch. But when you say together, they don't.
You make my ears bleed.
Some of us are still it from a childhood game of tag. Okay, last time you did this, I couldn't sleep. Can you please not? If you weren't your parents' child, they wouldn't love you.
Okay, just stop now.
An inheritance is kind of like your relatives dropping loot when they die.
Oh, shit.
Why is it that if you close both eyes, you just see black, but if you close one eye, you don't see anything out of that eye? Not even black. Life is a sexually transmitted disease. If you're over 30, then you were born before every dog today. At one point in our lives, we have all kicked a pregnant lady. Your tongue rests at the roof of your mouth.
Dude!
Birthday sex is just having sex to celebrate your parents having sex.
I thought I got rid of you.
The average 5-year-old is 5.5 years old.
You have to stop doing this to me.
If you came from a C-section, you were never born, just removed.
What is wrong with you?
Sex is just stabbing someone to life.
What?
A ball literally can't fall over.
You give me a headache.
There's a chance that you're gonna be at every single one of your friends' funerals.
I will give you money. Just please leave.
Moonlight is 100% solar powered.
Why me?
At some point in the near future, we will find out the real winner of World War II as the last veteran dies.
God, please give me the strength to not hit him with this folding chair.
Tear ducts drain tears. They don't produce them. For the love of all that is good and holy, leave. If you're standing at sea level, most dead bodies are buried above you.
Okay, nope. Leave.
A celebrity is more likely to lick your elbow than you are. When you're alone, every single person that you've ever met in your life is just a memory to you.
What?
Giving a murderer the death sentence is like the biggest Uno reverse card.
My cat hates you too.
Your past self is both old you and young you.
Yeah.
You're waterproof, it's just your clothes that aren't.
Oh, damn it.
If everyone in the world participated in a rock, paper, scissors tournament, the winner would only have to win 33 straight games.
What?
Vanilla, coffee, and chocolate all come from beans. So no matter which flavor you prefer, your favorite flavor is beans.
Oh, that one was the worst one.
What if anesthetic doesn't make the pain of surgery go away? It just makes you forget that it happened.
You again?
Reading is basically just looking at a dead tree and hallucinating.
What is this, like the 10th time?
Your fingers are slowly 3D printing your nails.
Seriously, how do you get in?
If you put a tea bag in a hot tub, it is now tea.
No. No.
You may already own an article of clothing that you die in.
Yeah. I don't like him either.
Because of Deadpool's regenerative powers, I'm willing to bet he's uncircumcised. Beer is drinkable bread.
Okay, that made my brain hurt.
The average human only experiences 70 to 80 Christmases, so don't waste them.
I think I need a therapist.
If a smoker goes into a coma for long enough, do they wake up without the craving to smoke?
You?
When I talk to someone in a dream, I have no clue what the other person is going to say, even though it's my brain creating the entire thing.
Well,
Fitbits are like Tamagotchis, except for the stupid little creature you have to keep alive is yourself.
that's depressing.
There must have been entire civilizations that never knew that water had a solid form.
Again?
I just realized that every time I hear a "I walk into a bar" joke, I've been picturing the same bar my entire life. I wonder if that's a real bar.
Dude.
University is great. I'm an unemployed alcoholic, and my parents are proud of me.
I just don't have the energy for you today, okay?
Scary movies should put high-pitched noises that only dogs can hear, so your dogs start freaking out right before the scariest parts.
Alright, you're done. Oh.
Apps not showing the time when you're in them is the same thing as casinos not telling you the time. They just want you to stay in their thing longer.
Oh my god,
It is almost impossible to look at a word without reading it.
what's wrong with you?
By the age of 90, the average person has already been dead for 8 years. I bet you're closer to being a millionaire than Bill Gates is.
I feel like you're high.
Many people's lives are just one long trip between two hospitals.
You're the worst, you know that?
Do you think deaf people realize that farting makes a sound?
Oh.
The average zebra is gray.
Well,
Every light switch is also a dark switch. Okay, idea. If holy water kills vampires, you could just pour holy water into a humidifier and have like a holy water gas chamber to kill all of them.
go home.
Does anyone remember the last few seconds before you fall asleep?
Where do you come from?
Imagine how many GoPros are waiting to be found in snowy mountains containing the last moments of people's lives.
I need to sit.
Your shadow is confirmation that light has traveled 93 million miles unobstructed, only to be deprived of reaching the ground because of you.
Shut up.
If you kill a murderer, the number of murderers stays the same.
No.
Do not touch must be a terrifying thing to read in Braille. To dinosaurs, we live in a post-apocalyptic future.
Can you stop talking?
You're always starving to death. Eating just resets the timer. You have probably never formally introduced yourself to your siblings.
The door's that way.
The moon gives off sunlight.
How does that make any sense?
Potatoes have more chromosomes than humans.
Why say that?
You get red eyes in pictures because your pupil is just a hole and the flash reflects the blood in the back of your eyes.
That hurts my brain.
I'm gonna be dead for a lot longer than I'm gonna live.
Dude,
You've probably known your parents for your whole life, but they've only known you for part of theirs.
your parents must hate you.
We avoid risks in life so we can safely make it to our deaths.
Seriously?
Ex-girlfriends should be called near misses.
Hey,
You're a lot less likely to have kids if your parents didn't have any.
are you always like this?
Groceries enter my home through the front door and leave through the toilet.
No!
Stalin, Hitler, and Freud all lived in Vienna at the same time.
Really?
I could have easily not been born, but whoever would have taken my place would have had the same family, same name, and the same life.
My guy. Cease to exist.
Reading my messages.
Simp.
You look German.
I like your hair.
Thanks, I grow it myself. You're a little slut, aren't you?
I have a question.
What's your question?
How on earth do you have friends?
Hey, you're eating something.
No, I'm not.
Naka aka panga banga bang. I wish my backyard was emo so it would cut itself. If one of the toys from Toy Story dies, the kid wouldn't know. He would just play with his corpse. I'm so sorry.
Ew.
Wake up.
Hey, look. It's a fan.
Giraffes can't talk.
Yeah, they can't.
Bye.
Oh.
Why did Timmy drop his ice cream? He was hit by a bus. Oh, that's not good. Yep, life hits you hard sometimes. And so do buses, apparently.
Thanks.
Blind people would have no idea that they're blind unless someone told them about sight.
How did you get there?
Your ears click every time you swallow.
What?
When you die, you go from being somebody to somebody.
Dude,
Humans with disabled dogs are service humans.
stop it.
Today could be your future child's birthday and you wouldn't even know it.
You make me want to vomit.
There's a constant wave of people falling asleep all around the world.
Have you ever stopped to question why you say all this dumb shit?
Dogs are taller when they sit than when they stand.
Can you please cease to exist?
When you go into nature, probably more animals see you than you see animals.
What the hell was that?
People in therapy are often in therapy to deal with people in their lives who won't go to therapy.
It's time for you to go, okay?
Wearing a seatbelt makes you more likely to die of cancer.
Leave me alone.
Everything that you have ever lost is still somewhere out there.
How many times has this been?
Australians are just feral British people.
Holy crap.
Every single odd number has the letter E in it. The night is the natural state of the universe. The day is just an anomaly created by the sun.
No.
The cure for cancer might be inside of a mind that doesn't have the education to show it. When the oldest person alive today was born, The Earth was populated by an entirely different group of people.
I said leave.
Tables are just plates.
That's it.
Traditions are just peer pressure from dead people.
Leave.
If I think in my own voice, does my dog think in his own barks? Words are a privilege that you should have revoked. How the hell did hamsters survive in the wild? You don't use logic when you say things. I wonder if there's any times on the clock that I haven't seen. Jesus. If humans ever become enslaved by artificial intelligence, Amish people are gonna be pissed.
Leave.
Slang is slang for shortened language.
You make me hate you and your bloodline.
I'm gonna be dead for longer than I'm gonna be alive.
No.
All words are made up.
Who let you be a human?
If a man gets breast implants, can his nipples be shown on TV?
What?
I will be the last person to die in my lifetime.
I pray to God, or whatever higher power exists, that you leave.
Betty White is literally older than sliced bread.
What?
The object of golf is to play the least amount of golf.
Dude.
Your dog doesn't know that you can make mistakes. So when you trip over him in the dark, he thinks you got up just to kick him.
Are you trying to make me depressed?
If you had $1 for every year the universe existed, you still wouldn't make it on Forbes' top 50.
Maybe I have schizophrenia.
Harvard was founded before calculus existed.
Are you serious? Is that true?
He died doing what he loved would be a horrible thing to say at a drug addict's funeral.
No!
I use my driver's license to buy stuff that impairs my ability to drive.
Is this what a panic attack is?
Aliens invaded the moon on July 20th, 1969.
You are the Osgood Schlatters of people.
Tobacco companies kill their best customers.
You absolute plebiscite. Leave.
If you were invisible, you could have a perfectly normal relationship with a blind person.
Who are you?
Your skull doesn't have facial expressions. Your flesh just moves around it.
I don't like you.
Your eyelids slide so smoothly against your eye.
What?
Police should wear red and blue light-up shoes when they chase someone on foot.
Stop now.
Technically, you eat a cake from the middle outwards. You have the same amount of Olympic gold medals as most people that have been in the Olympics.
Stop.
If you put a map of your country on the floor, there will be some point on the map that is actually touching the place it's referring to. Just imagine the arguments the first colorblind person had.
I think I need to see a therapist.
When an earthquake happens, coffins become underground maracas.
Scared the shit out of me.
If we all stopped paying taxes, the government couldn't afford to stop us.
Dude.
No matter how hard you try, you can't predict your next thought, because if you do, you're already thinking it.
What?
What if the light I see when I die is the light I see when I'm born in my next life? Your future self can't warn you of your death because your future self would be dead by then.
Not everyone should be allowed to exist.
What if NASA invented thunderstorms to cover up the sounds of space battles? If humans can't see air, can fish see water? But if humans can see water, can fish see air?
I would love it if you just dropped off the face of the earth.
In Canada, you have to orbit the sun 18 times before you're legally allowed to drink.
Last straw. You're out of here.
Most pets live their entire lives as virgins.
You again?
You can squint with your eyes closed.
I'm so tired of this.
No matter where you go, you never see anyone with the same refrigerator as you.
I haven't slept in weeks.
Time doesn't heal everything, but it sure does kill everything.
Leave me alone.
It's safer to fall from 10 miles high than 10 stories high, because on average, you'll live longer.
What?
Proteins are folded. We are all made of proteins. We are all origami.
Getting so sick of this.
You never see advertisements for microwaves.
Do you have problems at home or something?
Take a look at what's directly above you. Chances are, it's white.
Man, stop talking.
If you've lived for 70 years, you've spent 10 years on Mondays.
Why? Just why?
Dogs actually won the space race.
Dude!
It's taken humans 0.004% of the Earth's lifetime to ruin it.
You give me such a headache.
There are millions of people on this planet who have the same amount of days left to live as you do.
Ugh, one too many. Leave.
Ugh. Maybe plants are really farming us, feeding us oxygen until we eventually die and turn into mulch which they can consume.
Okay.
It's crazy that there's this giant thing in the sky and it's there all the time and we're not supposed to look at it.
Stop it.
With as much as I've used my cell phone, I don't believe it's ever made an appearance in one of my dreams.
Well,
I wonder if Tinder bots match with each other and then they have secret little conversations that no one will ever know about. A telephone makes sound faster than the speed of sound.
My therapist told me not to listen to you.
The most suspicious thing to bring on an airplane is a parachute.
No.
When you step on the road, you are stepping on an unbroken web of asphalt that extends over almost the entire continent. So you should leave, probably now. If a morgue worker dies, they still need to go into work one more time.
What?
If plants had brains, do you think they'd wonder why we cut off their genitals and use it as decoration?
Leave.
I've never heard elevator music in an elevator.
Get out of here.
Trees live underground and use the above part as a snorkel.
I refuse to acknowledge your existence.
A human came out of a human because a human came into a human.
I gotta sit down.
Rome has fallen again.
Jesus.
We don't trust 70-year-olds to drive a car, but we have no problem letting one of them run our country.
I'm gonna mention you by name in my suicide note.
In Chicago, the coronavirus lowered the death rate.
I think you should go to a psychologist.
If someone tells a joke in your dream, you invented that joke.
Are you here just to torture me?
What if the coronavirus was trapped inside of ice, and due to global warming, the ice melted and the coronavirus was set free?
See ya. Bye. I'm gonna go.
It's weird how you can feel that your thoughts are physically located in your head.
What?
You'd think that drops of water falling from 25,000 feet in the sky would hurt you more.
Dude.
There's a major chance that you're a part of someone's favorite memory and you just don't know it.
I need to staple your lips together.
I bet if a bunch of billionaires team up, they could buy their own country, create their own laws, and throw a crazy party.
Why?
There's probably a lot of human medicine that we'll never discover because it doesn't work on mice.
Why would you say that?
Everybody has an off button if you punch them hard enough.
You absolute troglodyte. Shut up.
If you made $100,000 every day since Jesus was born, you would have about a third of what Jeff Bezos has.
I'm actually done. Bye.
Why did the chicken cross the road to get to the other side? Is a suicide joke. Think about it. To get to the other side. You are a foul demon. Please exit my life. Your stomach is always full of warm vomit.
Why? Jesus.
Either we're alone in the universe, or we aren't.
No.
You don't choose your thoughts. They just occur. You are the experience of them after they've happened.
What?
Everyone has been an infant, but no one knows what it's like to be one.
How dare you?
There is no way of knowing that you actually exist outside of your head.
Maybe if I just pretend you're not here.
When you look from one object to another, your brain deletes the blur in between.
That one hurt.
Some blind people have literally never seen a smile, but they still know how to do it when they're happy.
Take my family. No more, okay?
If time travel is ever possible, then time travel is already possible.
You're annoying.
Does a deaf person have an internal monologue?
Whose chair is that?
Will Smith's full name is Williard, not William.
You can't.
One day you'll stop being asked what you want to be when you grow up, and you'll start being asked what you wanted to be. You can move your body using only the power of your mind. Before a movie starts, it's just 50 people in a dark room eating corn. Chances are you've done some weird stuff in someone else's dream. Gravity doesn't keep you on the floor. The floor stops gravity from sucking you down to the planet's core. Technically, billionaires are minorities. I wonder if you can still feel your leg after it's been amputated. Babies are kind of like a clean hard drive that can be programmed with any language. Since we use chemicals to kill wasps, and wasps use chemicals to sting us, then we're at chemical warfare with wasps. Saying everyone on Earth excludes like 6 people. Our dogs are legally allowed to pee in more places than we are. You are just the last sperm out of billions to die.
What?
The biggest cause of cancer in mice is research. I wonder if any animals are allergic to humans.
Why are you like this?
Maybe time travelers have already changed a lot of horrible events and our past is what they think is acceptable.
No.
Your dog thinks fetch is a game that the two of you made up. We will never truly know what it smells like underwater.
If I murder you, I bet the judge would understand.
If plastic is made from oil and oil is made from dead dinosaurs, then toy dinosaurs are made from real dinosaurs.
Mom? I'm scared.
If someone speaks more than one language, what language do they think in?
Well, when you put it like that, it kind of makes me want to blow my brain out. I think I'm gonna go do that. Yeah.
Maybe time travelers have already changed history, and our past is what they think is acceptable.
What are you doing here?
If reincarnation is real, then maybe flies and other bugs like that are purposely annoying because they want to get killed so they can get reincarnated as something better.
Hold up.
Instead of looking up into the sky, you're actually gazing down into the cosmic abyss with only gravity holding you here.
No. Go back.
Falling down is basically getting hit by a planet.
What's wrong with you?
Isn't it weird how we're basically always having a mental conversation with ourselves?
Never talk.
Over 20 million soldiers never found out who won World War II.
What?
Houseplants are just pet vegetables.
Bye-bye. I hate you.
Waterboarding at Guantanamo Bay sounds super dope if you don't know what either of those things are.
Yeah, my mom said I can't hang out with you anymore, so you should probably just...
100 years from now, Facebook is going to be full of dead people.
Yeah, see, this is why she said that.
There are more bacteria cells in your body than human cells.
Dude, you gotta stop, honestly.
What if one day my dog turned to me and said, "No one is going to believe you," and then he never spoke again?
I don't like that. No.
I should make a list of my favorite films and videos so that when I'm older and I have memory loss, I can have someone put that list on repeat and I can have my mind blown every day. If I touch my phone in the right places, a pizza will appear at my door. I wonder if I've already had the best day of my life.
Is this why other kids don't hang out with you?
Okay, so I was thinking,
I don't care. Who are you?
every single day, someone unknowingly takes the world's biggest shit for that day.
How did you get in my house?
If you start counting from 0, you won't have to close your lips until you reach 1,000,000.
Well, okay, no.
If the camera lens is a circle, then how come pictures come out as a square? Do you think the idea of ghosts moaning started because children were listening through the walls to their parents having sex and they had no better reason to explain it? Okay, now pay attention. Is it crazy how saying sentences backwards creates backwards sentences saying how crazy it is? Because there are always pregnant people, the average number of skeletons inside one human body will always be more than one. Okay, so I was thinking,
Oh God, who let this guy start thinking again?
if you clean a vacuum cleaner, you are now a vacuum cleaner. If you're sitting at a light texting and a police officer tries to give you a ticket, just put your car in park. Now it's a parking ticket.
Hold up. Wait, no.
If you're singing to a song on a radio, there's a good chance thousands of people are singing along with you. The first person to say the word cool must have been really cool because everyone else started using it. Alcohol is literally a solution.
Stop it!
After our extinction, a future civilization may start to use our dead bodies as fossil fuel.
I always knew I'd be good for something.
Every Snapchat you receive is a Schrodinger's nude until you open it.
What?
Someday someone will be the last person to ever think about you, and then you will ultimately cease to exist.
That is depressing.
Maybe people think they look better without their glasses on because they can't see themselves as well.
No.
If someone pressed pause on my life, I would never know about it.
What?
Everyone talks about the little voice in their head, but no one talks about the little ears in their head that allow them to hear that voice.
You have to stop.
You can only see the universe from inside of it. Art is how we decorate space. Music is how we decorate time.
You are human tennis elbow. You are the pizza burn on the roof of the world's mouth. You are the opposite of Batman.
You probably once had a dream so vivid that you now think it's a memory, even though it never happened.
Stop.
Maybe the Earth is like the uncontacted tribes in the Amazon. The whole galaxy knows we're here. They've just agreed upon not contacting us.
Your parents must not love you.
If you earn the title of oldest person in the world, you keep it for the rest of your life.
Stop.
If Adam and Eve got into a fight, it would be a world war.
Leave.
Given the current state of our oceans, instead of saying there's plenty of fish in the sea, people can say there's some fish still left among the trash, which is probably a better metaphor anyways.
I need to see a therapist.
The scariest thing you could ever discover on another planet would be humans.
Can you just leave?
When we lose weight, where does it go?
What is wrong with you?
Gravity is always trying to take your pants off.
What? Why?
So many people will die having never touched a pigeon.
What do you gain from this?
If a person owns a piece of land, do they own that land all the way to the center of the earth?
You could have chosen to not say that.
To dogs, elevators must feel like teleporters.
You are why I believe in eugenics.
We all just walk around pretending that it's not weird that one of our hands is better at stuff than the other one.
You must have been a horrible child to raise.
Trees are just the slow motion explosions of seeds.
You make me want to commit seppuku.
There are so many people on this planet that if a disease killed 100,000 people every day, it would take 200 years for us to go extinct.
Who are you so wise in the way of science?
If my wife dies from childbirth, can I press charges on the baby?
No.
It's possible that genies were a real thing until someone wished that they weren't.
You can have my firstborn child. Just please leave.
When you're asleep, you're just looking at the back of your eyelids for 8 hours straight.
This always keeps me up at night.
No ruling British king has ever used the internet.
God, why?
When you're playing a first-person shooter game, the person you're playing as never blinks.
Off. Shit.
I bet someone in North Korea probably invented something that already exists.
Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up.
The person who discovered popcorn must have been really confused.
Bro. What?
Before the invention of phones, the question, "Where are you?" had probably never been asked.
You don't deserve words.
There's a good chance you've probably seen someone on the last day of their life without even knowing it.
What?
If you're outside, half of the universe is always in your field of view.
I will be having none of this.
Your future wife is probably somewhere out there telling her boyfriend that they're going to be together forever.
For the love of God. Exit.
A pregnant woman has 8 limbs and is therefore an arachnid.
Jesus.
Translators in the UN can start a war whenever they feel like it.
That makes no sense.
When dogs get pregnant, do they know what's happening? Because no one ever told them.
What?
We cook ourselves in the sun to look tasty to other people.
How could you say that?
Learning a new language unlocks a whole nother side of the internet.
Who are you?
To fish, everything above water must be like space.
You bastard.
If head transplants become a reality, there will probably be a black market of people selling well-built bodies to fat rich people.
Why are you like this?
Getting a vaccine is pretty badass. You beat the life out of a virus, then absorb it so you can kill his friends easier.
Officer, please, you just won't leave.
Anything is edible if you're determined enough.
I need to have a serious conversation with your parents.
You can't breathe and swallow at the same time.
Someone should stop you from saying words.
Your bones are wet.
I hate you and everything about you.
Something is always touching you.
Get out of here.
Online dating is responsible for a lot of marriages, right? So does this mean that computer algorithms are learning how to breed people?
What?
Microscopic, 8-legged, spider-like mites live on your face. We named an entire galaxy after the secretion of a cow's udder.
How do you say those words in that order?
Snakes are just tails with faces.
What?
We built an atomic bomb 20 years before we had color television.
I bet your parents don't even like you.
Sharks are older than trees.
The door's that way. Go on.
Everything you see is delayed.
Yes, I'm wearing denim on denim. Leave.
Somewhere in the world right now, the clothes I die in are being made.
What?
In a way, March Madness still happened.
Bro.
Can a hearse carrying a corpse drive in the carpool lane?
How could you say that?
Either I'm gonna be at my brother's funeral, or he's gonna be at mine.
Why are you like this?
One day our grandkids will be looking through boxes of our old stuff, they'll find our old phones, turn them on, look through our photo library, and be absolutely horrified. Heating up something is just shaking it really hard on the atomic level.
Did your parents drop you as a child?
Everyone who lives on an island lives on top of a sea mountain.
What drugs are you on?
You've probably made hundreds of decisions that saved your life without even knowing it.
What is happening?
It is entirely possible that every person starts life with 3 wishes, but wastes them by the age of 4 on things like getting to pet a puppy and juice boxes.
Shut your face.
We can't prove that the world wasn't created yesterday.
Please leave.
I wonder what thoughts I've never had.
What?
During the process of becoming a butterfly, the entire caterpillar will break down into a liquid.
Get out of here.
Every word is a made-up word.
La 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 la.
If you're single, none of the 7.7 billion people on this planet are dating you.
You're breaking and entering. I could just shoot you.
Once upon a time, a bunch of matter showed up out of nowhere, and a little while later, it started asking questions.
Okay, I'm actually leaving. Bye.
Today, your body is almost composed of completely different atoms than it was a year ago. Buying a pet is like worshipping your slave. What if grays are just colors that humans can't see?
Okay, I'm back.
There are more nipples on Earth than people.
Oh, you're the worst.
The guy who killed Batman's parents saved tons of lives.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Society just went ahead and made chocolate and vanilla opposites for no reason.
You are the human form of salmonella. You again?
If two mind readers are reading each other's mind, then whose mind are they reading?
That was fine.
Baby butterflies don't exist. You pass your death day every year without realizing.
Okay, well...
When you say forward or back, your lips move in that direction. You are younger now than you are now. If you go into a fake time machine, you still come out in the future. If you don't reproduce, you are the end of a 3.5 billion year streak.
No.
Do you think the fact that glasses didn't exist for so long explains a lot of historical myths and legends?
How are you in my house?
It must take a while for a giraffe to throw up.
What? Well...
We went from using a horse to get everywhere to space in 60 years.
Oh, Jesus.
If you pee in your dream and then you wet yourself, it's a dream come true.
How do you say those words in that order?
Mike Wazowski's chin is also his crotch.
No one likes you. You know that?
You could throw a rock into a lake and be the last person to ever touch that rock for all of time. You have exactly as much willpower as you think you have.
Get out of here. See ya. Adios. Hasta la vista. How did you do that?
If a person is born blind and deaf, what language do they think in?
Honestly, I've been up for 47 hours. Can you please just not...
You have existed since the beginning of the universe. You only realized it when you gained consciousness.
No, okay, that's enough. No.
All dogs are therapy dogs. The majority of them are just freelancing. You will never know the memories you've forgotten. If we cured all aging and disease, everyone would die a pretty horrible death. At one point in your life, you had the children's menu for the last time. Surgery is just stabbing someone to life. One day, a carton of milk will have the same expiration date as I will.
What does it mean?
The song stuck in your head right now is just the song playing at the hospital where you're being treated for a coma.
Oh my god. You?
Food doesn't go bad. Something else just starts eating it before you do.
Bro.
People are like slinkies. Even though almost all of them have no purpose, it's still fun to watch them get pushed down the stairs.
Shut up.
Our ultimate goal is to make everyone as sad as possible when we die. At age 30, you've spent a month having birthdays.
Stop it.
The world wars started and ended with an Austrian guy dying. My dad has probably been wearing his leather jacket for longer than the cow that it came from.
Okay, that one hurt my brain.
Mosquitoes are like dirty used needles that can fly.
Leave.
Your brain taught itself how to talk to itself.
What?
Turning up the volume is like zooming in, but with sound.
You again?
Your eyelids slide so smoothly against your eye.
God damn it.
Gore in movies is so realistic that they could just murder someone and no one would even notice.
Jesus, man, stop it.
Flappy Bird was 7 years ago.
No.
You have exactly as much willpower as you think you have.
Dude!
Your mom is a bodybuilder.
Never talk.
Retiring is just making a bet that you'll die before you run out of money.
Wow. I hate you.
I bet there's a lot of crazy videos that we'll never see because the person actually died while trying to film it.
That one hurt.
When we forget something that happened when we're alone, that event is wiped from history forever.
Now I'm depressed.
If you had memory problems, you could probably pull pranks on your future self.
You are the Antichrist. Please leave.
We can't prove we aren't in a simulation.
Why tell me this?
France was still using the guillotine when the first Star Wars film came out.
This hurts. This physically hurts.
The Oxford University is older than the Aztecs.
You are vile.
Scientists haven't found a particular component of the brain responsible for consciousness. There is no physical proof of consciousness. It just is.
Stop.
You don't remember when you were born, or the first couple years of your existence. All you remember is one day you began existing, taking in experiences and memories.
Who are your friends?
Summer vacation when you're 15 is probably the most relaxed you'll ever be until you retire.
What?
Do you think the milk in a gallon of milk is from like hundreds of different cows?
I don't know. Why are you here?
Otters have skin pockets for their favorite rocks.
Get out of here.
How do you know that your memories are true?
Please leave.
You can't explain what a color looks like without using another color.
For the love of God, why?
One day you're either gonna wake up and never fall asleep again, or fall asleep and never wake up again.
Can you shut up?
I wonder how many different people's dreams I've been in.
I despise you.
Life is just a really long story about how you died.
You must have some kind of psychological disorder.
Made in China stickers are made in Korea.
What?
Maybe dreams are memories from parallel universes.
Think before you talk.
I wonder what the first question ever asked was.
Oh, no, brother.
Everyone talks about traveling back in time, doing something small, and then changing the present forever, but no one talks about doing something small in the present and changing the future forever.
Can you just stop existing?
When you buy batteries, you're essentially buying canned electricity.
Bro,
Slapping one side of someone's hand is a punishment, slapping the other side is a reward.
you make my brain hurt.
You have shit stains inside of you.
Man, can you not?
How many birds do you think you've seen twice?
I haven't slept in weeks.
The smartest human alive could have been killed in a useless war in which they had no say in.
Leave me alone.
Stephen Hawking could have a conversation with a dentist during the procedure.
How are you still here?
If you're under the age of 40, the oldest living person has slept for longer than you've been alive.
I'm getting really sick of this.
Flamethrowers are technically a type of squirt gun.
Man, stop talking.
Your salary is your company's yearly subscription of you.
No.
I wonder how many people have thought that they got ghosted on Tinder, but their match actually died.
Ugh, one too many. Leave.
Old folks' homes are also orphanages. Honestly, I really miss sleep. Like,
Can you just...
there are places in your house that you have never touched. Any stairway is a stairway to heaven if you're clumsy enough.
No.
Future children are gonna wonder why Santa lives in the middle of an ocean. Someone will die of cancer the day a cure for cancer is made. I'm gonna name my kid Mark, so I can leave a mark on this world. A giant 6-ton monster with a tentacle and spikes growing out of his face sounds a lot scarier than an elephant.
Well,
Cheese is just a loaf of milk.
that's it. I'm moving.
If we never learned a language, how would we think?
Oh, I thought you were gone for good.
If your dad gives you sex advice, he's telling you how to pleasure your mom.
That's gross.
When you're traveling at 100 kilometers an hour on a freeway, the only thing separating you from death is a painted yellow line.
I need better friends.
In the phrase, "don't objectify women," the object of the sentence is women. Hundreds of thousands of people had their last birthday today.
Dude,
It's not premarital sex if you don't get married.
no.
What if the earth is spiking a fever to get rid of its infection? You're not ugly. You're just not your type. Almost 100% of the world doesn't know or care that you exist.
Bye.
Technically, lamps in video games use real electricity.
Oh my god, you...
Bread basically involves creating a rich, warm environment for a species and then initiating a mass extinction event.
Okay.
I bet several people have likely had a revolutionary idea and then just lost their train of thought.
What's wrong with you?
The voice in your head is a really good singer. The biggest cause of cancer in mice is research.
There's something wrong with you.
Gravity is creepy when you realize you're not walking around on a surface, but you're getting pulled into a giant core of burning magma.
Stop talking.
Corrupt cops are just undercover criminals.
Stop.
Listening to a single instrument in a song is like staring, but with your ears.
Leave.
You and your best friend will not be at each other's funerals.
No, not this time. You're not gonna get me. Leave.
Somewhere on Earth, your exact place of death is just waiting for you to show up.
I'll sick my cat on you.
In a way, humans are a virus, infecting the planet, eating away at its resources, and then attempting to find another host.
What?
If your high school experience was a movie, you probably wouldn't have been able to watch it in high school.
I'll give you money. Just please leave.
At any given moment, your future self could be thinking about you.
Okay, you make my brain hurt.
A sunburn is just radiation damage from a fusion reactor that's 93 million miles away.
Huh. No.
The worst way to kill a giraffe would be quicksand.
That was a verbal form of cancer.
I bet serial killers have a net negative carbon footprint.
Is lasagna just spaghetti cake?
Well, How many dreams can you actually remember right now?
What?
Celebrities need us more than we need them.
Holy crap, shut up.
The fact that eyelids don't completely block out light is bullshit.
Something's wrong with you.
You're alive in large part because almost everyone you've ever met has decided not to kill you.
I'm gonna blow my brains out all over you.
Cows are amazing machines that turn useless grass into highly valuable beef.
I need to stop listening to you.
A magnet overpowers the entire planet's gravity when it picks up a paperclip.
Are you here just to torture me?
As a man, you will probably never get flowers from anyone.
No.
Your stomach is filled with a liquid that can dissolve a rock but not bubblegum.
I hate you.
You have no idea if you've lived 20% of your life or 90% of your life.
I'm gonna mention you by name in my suicide note.
If our age counted backwards, it'd be pretty terrifying. Go buy field merch, link in my bio.
The sun could have blown up 7 minutes ago. No.
You physically can't snap your fingers inside your mouth.
You're gonna ruin Christmas for me.
There was a moment in your life where your mom put you down and never picked you up again.
Okay, that one was depressing.
Horses walk on their fingernails.
Oh, dude.
A dustpan does its job, even when you're not using it.
You're killing me.
Minecraft is older than South Sudan. No one has ever been inside of an empty room. Do blind people turn the lights on when they come home? Your future self is probably talking shit about you.
Stop.
Refrigerators are just domesticated winter. Most people are made on beds, born on beds, and die on beds.
Bro.
Someone's therapist knows all about you.
What?
What if there are diseases in the polar ice caps that will infect humans after they melt?
Oh, Jesus.
With my own eyes, I've seen more of the surface of the moon than I have of the earth. Time heals everything, yet it slowly kills you. The only part of your reflection that you can lick is your tongue.
I hate you.
Spiders would be a lot scarier if they made hives instead of webs.
I wanted to sleep tonight.
We need glasses for deaf people that display subtitles right in front of your eyes.
Just why?
Technically, all national anthems are country music.
No.
Too many birthdays will kill you.
Make like a tree and leave. Seriously, I hate you.
If all goes well, your car will never touch another car.
You again?
One day, you could be the last person alive in your group chat.
That was depressing.
Beer is just water with a yeast infection.
Duh.
High school kids can find drug dealers, but cops can't.
Can you just shut?
If everything in the universe suddenly doubled in size, no one would notice. The word crisp starts at the back of your mouth and ends at the front.
No.
Second guessing yourself is your brain telling your brain not to listen to your brain.
Stop.
The only way to prove you're mortal is by dying. The opposite of attempted murder is unprotected sex.
No.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa is just an italicized building.
Leave.
Bottled water expiration dates are for the bottle, not the water.
You again?
There have been over 2,000 nuclear bomb detonations.
Dude.
When you remember something, you don't remember the last time that it happened. You just remember the last time that you remembered it.
No.
Bananas can't reproduce.
You're not real.
The Holy Roman Empire existed until 30 years after United States was founded.
My guy, shut up.
The coldest place we know of in the universe is on Earth.
Bro.
The largest air force in the world is the US Air Force, and the second largest air force in the world is the US Navy.
Please let me have sleep.
The entire state of Wyoming only has 2 escalators.
I hope you get tuberculosis.
There was a time when 4 different species of human beings lived together.
You human form of cancer.
Saddam Hussein was given the key to the city of Detroit in 1980.
For the love of God. Leave.
Earth is a planet that tells other planets whether they're planets or not.
You again?
Odds are you've commented on a dead person's post.
What?
Every letter in rounded is rounded.
Hey!
If short people only dated short people and tall people only dated tall people, eventually we'd see the human race split into two different species.
You make me want to rip off my arm just so I have something to beat you with.
The most popular chair for mobile gaming is a toilet.
Get out of here.
The creator of Photoshop could have had a lot of fun if he didn't tell anyone.
Ah, dude.
Do you ever think about what life will be like in 1,000 years? How it's almost impossible to think about? Someone in the year 1020 thought the same thing. You are the incomprehensible future that they thought about.
Look at that. Top 3 bridges to jump off of. You should check this out.
Technically, humans are percussion instruments. If you hit them with a stick, they make a sound.
No.
If the universe is always expanding, what is it expanding into?
What?
What proof do we have that dog food is the flavor that it says it is?
No, I'm trying to talk to you. Please just...
What color are mirrors?
Are you just vibing or what's going on?
You're never actually thinking about nothing.
Shut up.
Do twins ever realize that one of them was unplanned?
Have you ever stopped to question why you say all this dumb shit?
You have never been closer to your time of death.
Jesus.
The moment that you hear this has been in the future for billions of years, but now it's in the past forever.
Why are you even talking right now?
You can never go buy pants unless if you already have pants. So you should be thankful for your first pair of pants.
Go home.
Time could be randomly stopping temporarily and we wouldn't know it.
Brother, no.
Blankets aren't warm. You are. They just hold it in.
Okay, now it's time for you to go.
If you name your cat Meow, it can introduce itself.
How does that make any sense?
You bite up, not down.
Can you leave, please?
Out of all 7 billion people alive, someone is the worst person alive.
Who let you speak the English language?
If your parents call you handsome, is that like a flex? Because they made you, right?
Well, hold on.
All of the clutter around your house used to be money. Pulled hamstrings sound delicious, unless if you know what they are.
Hey!
One day, we went outside to play with our friends for the last time, and no one had any clue.
You are why I believe in the death penalty.
A ton of whales is like half a whale.
Oh, no, brother.
If you're blind, you can never be 100% certain that you're alone in a room.
Nothing makes sense anymore.
Every restaurant is a drive-thru if you're going fast enough.
What the hell was that?
We have 5 senses, but is that every sense that exists? Are there more that we could have, but don't?
What?
The voice inside your head has changed over time with you.
You are like God spilled a person.
Walking is just continuously screwing up your balance so you fall onto your other leg.
Can you please cease to exist?
There are only 2 days in your entire life that aren't 24 hours long. The day you're born and the day you die. Existence isn't reality.
That one doesn't make any sense.
For a brief moment, every 19-year-old is the oldest teenager in the world.
I have so many questions.
Sex is just prostitution where the payment is sex.
Leave!
Most laugh tracks that you hear in a TV show were recorded in the 50s. So technically you're listening to dead people laughing.
It's time for you to go, okay?
Atoms are impossible to see, but they're the only thing that we do see.
Why say that?
Coffee-flavored water sounds disgusting, but that's what it is.
Do you have friends?
Orphanages are children's pet shops.
No, you can't just say that.
If you were invisible, you could just beat up a street mime and people would cheer.
Never talk. Never ever talk.
Peeing and then immediately drinking water is like changing your own oil.
Hey!
Lots of people's friend groups are determined solely based on where their teachers randomly assign them to sit.
What is happening?
Winter is the only season you experience twice a year.
Hey, could you just stop existing?
If we only had one arm, we wouldn't be able to wash it.
Please, staple your lips together.
Your parents calling you handsome is technically flexing.
I feel so bad for your therapist.
Morgue workers have to go back to work one more time after they die.
Bye-bye.
A blind person could think that sight is one big conspiracy.
No!
What if I don't know how to read and I've just memorized a lot of words?
Man, stop it.
If reincarnation is a thing, then you could be learning about yourself in school and not even know.
Hey!
Hidden inside every skyscraper is a waterfall of human shit going down into the sewer below.
What did I do to you?
On FaceTime, if you turn off your lights, it'll help preserve the other person's phone battery.
You must have been a horrible child to raise.
If you dressed like a jogger before you chased someone, no one would think twice.
You're like if a headache was a person.
Imagine how weird life would be if our skin could taste.
God damn it.
Toast is just bread that was baked twice.
What?
If video games make kids more violent, why are they still so easy to beat the shit out of?
What is wrong with you?
When astronauts go to the moon and bring back a rock, the Earth becomes heavier.
Okay, you're done.
Oxford is older than the Aztecs.
Man, can you not?
If there are infinite universes, fiction doesn't exist.
What?
Gorillas don't know any bodybuilding techniques, so we've probably never seen one at its full potential.
Man, stop talking.
One day, someone will think of you for the last time, and you will ultimately cease to exist.
You make my brain hurt.
If I teleported in front of my dog, he would oversee the teleportation and just be happy that I'm home.
I haven't slept in weeks.
Is it called the mall because instead of going to one store, you go to them all?
How are you still here?
Actually, making eye contact would be really gross.
Guy, you're an imbecile.
What if colorblind people actually see the correct colors and everyone else is colorblind?
Why? Just why?
Almost all of the dust in your house is made from your own dead skin.
Dude, how?
There's probably someone in Africa who's smarter than Einstein and he works all day just to feed his children.
You are why I don't believe in a higher power.
No matter how hard you try, you cannot remember how your dreams started.
Dude!
Your date of birth could be completely made up and no one would know.
Why?
If everybody dies, no one cares.
I hate you.
Crude oil is 100% natural, organic, and gluten-free.
No.
Even in dead silence, we all hear that white noise.
Shut up, shut up, shut up.
Banks will only lend you money if you can convince them you don't need it.
This always keeps me up at night.
She didn't leave you on red, you left her speechless.
I like that one.
Think about the most attractive person you know. Even that person, at some point, has had raging diarrhea.
Say psych right now.
Driving is one of the greatest acts of trust. Everyone could either injure or kill each other, but thankfully most people aren't insane.
I loathe you.
Why do we think of the Egyptians in color, but the 1930s in black and white?
Off.
We give our pets different flavored foods, but not different flavored drinks.
For the love of God. Exit.
Use code TikTok for free shipping. You've probably saved someone's life due to the butterfly effect.
Who are you?
Tall people are just vertically thick.
No, go back. Okay, wait.
Most games prevent you from falling asleep when there's danger nearby. Think about that the next time you can't fall asleep late at night.
Alright, stop talking.
Nothing you see is real. It's all just a virtual recreation based on what your brain thinks the world looks like around it.
Okay?
Right now, you're being watched by yourself in the future through your memories.
You're horrible.
There are people on this planet that have no idea that pizza exists.
I want to sleep tonight.
You are the tiniest bit older than the reflection that you see in the mirror.
How did you...
Maybe people don't celebrate your birthday as much when you're older because the novelty of you existing has worn off.
I miss not thinking.
You know, I've been thinking.
Oh shit, here we go.
When you drink alcohol, you're just borrowing happiness from tomorrow.
Wait, hold on.
If you're aroused by dirty talk, your genitals are voice activated. When a pregnant woman swims, she's like a human submarine. My right elbow has never touched my right hand. Technically, we're all half centaurs. The stock market is just a reward for liking something before it was cool. A lethal dose is also a lifetime supply. When the first clock was made, how did they know what time it was?
Do you have an off button?
What do blind people see when they dream?
Dude!
Since you can learn any language when you grow up, if you raised a baby around dogs and only dogs, would it bark?
Shut up.
What if oxygen is a drug and illegal drugs just return us to our normal state?
No.
Someone made up dinosaur sounds without ever hearing them.
Were you put on this earth to punish me?
My dog understands several human words, but I don't understand any dog barks. Does this mean that he's smarter than I am?
I loathe you.
Never in my life have I ever been naked for 24 hours straight.
Why?
Teachers are in school from when they're 5 until they retire.
Wait.
Humans are the only species that have to pay to live on this planet.
You're like a cross between insomnia and Satan.
Your eyes never stop seeing. You just cover them with a flap of skin.
You again?
I bet a lot of animals need glasses, and we just don't know about it.
Seriously, how do you get in?
The number of people older than you is constantly shrinking. There will be thousands of thoughts that people have had about you that you will never know.
Well,
Blind people don't see black. They see nothing. Like you trying to see out of your elbow.
Okay, that made my brain hurt. Can you just...
A successful marriage ends with watching the other person die. Bean bags are just boneless sofas. If you rob a store naked as a minor, no one could watch the security footage without committing a crime. Cells multiply by dividing.
Oh, you again?
There's no proof that everyone sees the same colors.
Did you just let yourself in?
Today I beat my high score for most consecutive days lived.
Honestly, this is like the 6th time. Can you just...
When most people die, they have a negative kill-death ratio.
Well, hold on, that's kind of true, I guess.
Spicy food is just BDSM for your mouth.
Well...
In my will, I'm going to ask to be cremated, and then just before I die, I'm going to eat a ton of popcorn kernels. You know, some people say the English language is confusing. To which I say, it's... Humans are both natural and man-made. Exercise is just self-harm with benefits.
I gotta start locking my door.
Horses can have up to 15 horsepower.
Dude.
Do you think cannibals would consider vegan people grass-fed?
No.
I wonder how many people are currently spending years in jail for a crime they didn't commit.
God made you just to fuck with me.
If you water water, it grows.
You're so weird.
If ice-cold water was really ice-cold, then wouldn't it be ice?
What?
Technically, you've never lost a fight against a dragon.
Cut that shit out.
Do you think urinals were invented because some tall guy walked by a sink and thought, why not?
What drugs are you on?
Do you think there's areas on Google Earth that no one has ever zoomed in on?
Jesus, I hate you.
Tofu and a dildo are both alternative meats.
You absolute mongoloid.
When someone shouts at a dog in a foreign language, for a moment you can feel how the dog feels.
Something's fundamentally wrong with you.
Legos live in a house made of their own flesh.
I'm done with your shit. Bye.